March 1st, 2017. John, you've been a real busy guy. You met Mooch today on the set, huh?
Yeah, Anthony Scaramucci, aide to the president, although he is not in an official capacity yet with the administration, he is nonetheless a friend of the president's and may or may not be involved with the administration. But yeah, he was on CNBC's halftime report with us today.
He seemed to be in good spirits.
He did, and he seems like he's taken better care of himself. Last time I saw him, of course, actually I see him about every 2 or 3 weeks, but this is the best I've seen him because he looked sort of haggard the last time I saw him, and right after the election he was just wrung out. But it looks like he's getting back on his workout schedules, and physically he looked great, and he had a lot of energy. So I think he's probably getting back on the right track after a lot of really low sleep nights.
I've been following the Hunt and Fish Club on Twitter. They keep posting pictures of the food they have there. Maybe he needs to eat some of that awesome food they have there.
Oh, they have good stuff there. That's one. Anthony and Justin Timberlake, they own a couple places together. That's one of them. The other one is Southern Hospitality, and I think they might own another restaurant chain. But anyway, they're going to be pretty big, I think,
okay.
And they're obviously good friends.
Now, you met Tony Robbins the other night.
Yeah, I was. Tony had his new book out called Unshakable, and his all the profits from that go to Feeding America, which is lovely. And Tony, yeah, super guy.
We're
feeding them trying to do some. Yeah, well, we're feeding them food.
Food. Okay.
In fact, how about this, Andrew? Right at his book signing, he says to everybody in the room, he says, "Okay, folks, tell you what." He says, "I'm so passionate about this." He said, because, I grew up in a house where we didn't have enough food. And he said, so I know what it's like to not have food when you're hungry. So he said, that's my passion. So I want to feed that, and I want to feed these people. And he said, so far, his charity has fed 2 million people. And he said, I want to make it a lot bigger. So he said, all the money from this book goes to charity. And he said, I'll tell you what, anybody in the room, you want to donate up to $5 million, I'll match you right now.
Right there on the spot, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
So things must be going well for him. Yeah, he couldn't have been nicer to me. I got to meet him backstage and here at CNBC again. And he said, yeah, I've met you before, John. And I said, well,
really?
I'm flattered you remembered me.
Wow. All right. Well, let's take a Tony Robbins quiz that I made up on my own today. Okay.
All right.
I'm going to give you 4 different sayings that can be attributed to Tony Robbins in one way or another. And you say whether they can be or can't be, and you tell me why, okay? Here's the first one. Come to Colonic Island. I'll take a lot out of you.
Well, I have no idea. I know that he does those adventures, everything from walking across fire to
Oh, wait,
maybe
that's the next question. Hold on. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So I'll say that that's true.
Yes, I know this because I went to a colonic here in the city of Chicago, colonic to the stars. They clean out Jesse Jackson Jr. and such. And the lady that was doing my colonic says she goes down to Fiji. And they teach you how to take that out of you, and they're expensive, so that's actually a double entendre. They will take a lot out of you. Second one.
Okay.
The coals aren't hot, just don't think about them. Sure.
Well, I got to say, based on my comment about fire, that yeah, he probably said that too.
How do they do that? I mean, they're just like
I don't know.
That shit'll burn your feet.
Tony does a lot of things in those events that I just I don't know if I want to walk barefoot across coals.
Well, maybe if you did a colonic and you were feeling light, you could run
lightheaded.
Okay, here's the third one. I can feel your power in the midnight hour. Unleash it.
I would say no. That's a rock and roll song.
It's Madonna, but she does want to unleash your power in the midnight hour. And then, of course, the last one. make motivational books great again, like the 80s.
Yeah, I'd say no. That's not a quote by
He
him
didn't say
either.
that? Okay. But he is
I'm
making
thinking
motivation. Well, I think motivational books might come back. Think about it.
Yeah. Heck, I don't know if they ever went away. Self-help books are a big deal these days.
And he was
big deal.
the master of that. He still is, in a way, I guess. He sold a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Good marketer. All right, speaking of books.
Yes.
You're reading, we are reading, you're much more ahead of me, is Elon Musk's new book. But before we get to that, I just downloaded.
By Ashley Vance.
Yes, I just downloaded a new
that one, folks.
Yeah?
What'd you get?
I got Phil Collins' book.
Oh, Not Dead Yet? Did you get that?
Yeah, and he reads it, and it's really cheeky. He reads it with a very British, Phil Collins. So I'm working on that, and I'm working on the Elon Musk book, so you can download that. That's kind of like a break.
The Elon Musk book, I just love it. It is fantastic. I mean, he was such a nerd, and yet he's so brilliant. And it's warts and all, because it's not an authorized biography, but he cooperated after he saw that the author was a lot like him, wouldn't take no for an answer. And so eventually he cooperated with the book.
Okay, so.
Great book.
Hearing from
Ashley Vance
is
the author.
Our sources here at the office, as you know, a lot of people call in and give us scoops on different things. And some of our ideas come from there, as well as unusual activities, etc.
Mm-hmm.
Tesla has a 10K due today. Now, their CFO resigned a couple weeks ago, Jason Wheeler, I think his name is.
Mm-hmm.
And that's supposed to be out by the end of today, March 1st. What do you think? I mean, there's a trading idea going for, I don't know, I'm looking at the options on this thing as a lifetime trade here. Would you look at the puts on this thing if they don't come out with it?
I did. I looked at them. It's neck and neck calls and puts today. And, of course, just as Andrew's describing, it's not earnings. But if they have a regulatory filing due today, and it's doubtful they'll be able to get it out because of the departure of the CFO, and he has to sign off on it, and will he be able to do that, or she? Because for all I know, it's a she. Will she be able to do that? I don't know.
Well, the stock's
so
at
it could be
252 right now. It's up 246,
and it's just come off. A run to whatever. I think, Andrew, maybe in the last month it was up over 285 or so in the middle of February. And it got, so it's got a $30 haircut. I know a bunch of people have downgraded it. Basically, J.P. Morgan's got a 188 target. Goldman's got a 185 target for a stock. Even though it's corrected $35, it's still at 252. Might not hurt to have some puts on in there again. I made a bunch of dough on it on the earnings, having put spreads in there. I had the 250, 240 put spread, and I spread it out a week, meaning I still had them into this week, the ones because earnings were just a week ago.
So what could we do?
And that worked
on
out.
This thing for? I mean, let's just
say, I might put on another
make
put
a great
spread.
Story. I think. I mean, if they missed it, I mean, whether or not you love Tesla, we're not Tesla haters. We're just. I mean, because you're reading the book, I'm reading the book. It's
in fact, I'm pretty much a Tesla lover.
Yeah.
Especially after reading this book.
I know. It makes you want to buy a car, doesn't it? It's just like you want to be a part of it. But the stock,
I mean,
you need money to buy the
car.
And
on the other hand, though, but you and I have to trade. And we've got to trade based on, moving the odds into our favor as best we can. So when that favors a bet to the downside, we got to do it. When it favors a bet to the upside, got to do that. It's not a vote against Elon or anything. I might put on a short-term trade based on what you're saying.
What do you want to do?
But right now, I don't have any unusual activity to cite that would drive us into that. So I have no position in Tesla right now.
Do you think a weekly, a 3-day?
I'd be tempted, Andrew, to do the weekly maybe at the 240 just a 240 calendar. Buy the 240s out next week. Sell the 240s this week.
240s
basically, you get
291 out in March, 17 days.
Yep. The ones that are 17 days out, like you're saying, or 10 days out, actually, those are trading for 156.
Got it.
And the ones that I sell are trading for whatever, 25 cents. So I've got $1.25 if I do that, but that thing expands like crazy if the stock drops. So, but I have no position. I haven't done anything in there yet because I haven't had a tip-off from the unusual activity.
All right, so there you go, folks. This is how we are building an idea on this March 1st, Wednesday. All right, man.
Well, as always, if you like the show, hey, send us some comments. You can post them up on iTunes or over on YouTube, and you can subscribe. And whenever we have a new podcast that goes up, you'd get it automatically. So please subscribe and tell your friends.
All right.